There is a lot of volatility in the cryptocurrency markets with a lot of the fear and uncertainty out in the world. The US just attacked Iran, we have conflicts between Israel and Iran, and now the whole world is paying attention, right? And so there's a lot of things that we need to be paying attention to. I want to talk about the impact this is going to have on Bitcoin with a lot of the conflict, right? We're going to have increased volatility. We're going to have them targeting crypto exchanges, so it is important to make sure that you are keeping your cryptocurrency safe. We're going to be seeing more cyber attacks, and so this is definitely a video to be paying attention to. And so if you enjoy this video, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the current price of Bitcoin, around $99,478, and we can see here that the price started falling down from $102,000, dropped about $3,000 over the last hour and a half. And so I think we are going to continue to see more and more downside, especially as the US markets open here in about 12 hours. And so we're going to see more and more fluctuations in the price of Bitcoin. Now let's go ahead and talk about what is happening and what I expect moving forward. And so let's go ahead and take a look at what might be causing the fall here with Bitcoin. We have Iran's parliament officially approves the closing of the Strait of Hormuz for the first time since 1972. Now, they could be closing this. This strait is used for a lot of transportation of oil. And so if approved by Iran's top security body, shipments of 20 million barrels of oil per day will be impacted. And so we can see here the Strait of Hormuz between Oman and Iran connects the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. The body of water controls 20% of the world's petroleum liquids consumption. In other words, 1/5 of the global oil consumption flows through there every single day. And so closing this is going to have a massive impact on the price of oil. And so we can see a lot of oil tankers were moving around to try and avoid this area. They're trying to get out. We can see here that JP Morgan estimates a closure of the Strait of Hormuz could send oil prices to $120 to $130 per barrel. The current price of a barrel of oil today is around $78. And so we could continue to see this go up here. The last time we were around a $120 price was during COVID, when there was a lot of uncertainty. And so this is definitely something to be paying attention to. If we go ahead and take a look at some more information here, we can see the last time that we saw this, US inflation was at 5% in March of 2023, when the Fed was aggressively hiking rates. And so this could continue to increase spikes in the US CPI inflation. So we could have more inflation coming with the increase of oil prices with them closing the Strait of Hormuz, right? And so this could have an impact on oil, which could also impact crypto. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this here. And so we can see energy prices tie directly into CPI inflation. And so for every $10 rally in oil prices, it has the ability to increase inflation by 20 bonus points. And so oil prices are already up $20 from their April lows, potentially adding 40 bonus points to CPI. And so if we go ahead and take a look at this here, how has Bitcoin confirmed in times of uncertainty? And so during the COVID outbreak here, we can see that Bitcoin typically has a fall, a knee-jerk reaction when this information is released, right? So COVID outbreak, we had a 25% drop. However, if we take a look at the longer term returns, we're talking 60 days out and a 100-day return here. And so, in comparison to the SPX, gold, and Bitcoin, we can see that Bitcoin here has the best returns over a 60-day period after times of uncertainty. And so we can see during COVID outbreak, 21% return over 60 days. The 2020 US election challenges, Bitcoin had 115% return in comparison to other assets. And so we can see here, Bitcoin typically has the best returns after times of uncertainty. Now, right away, we see a knee-jerk reaction, right? The price of Bitcoin, I could see this continuing to fall here. We could see $90,000 Bitcoin, $80,000 Bitcoin, depending on what happens, right? Whether we see a resolution or we see a more negative impact, right? We see a bigger war breakout, we could see the price of Bitcoin drop significantly. However, over a 60-day period here, I think we'll see Bitcoin have the best returns out of all assets. And so it's definitely something to be paying attention to. Now, as I mentioned, there is risks as well. We need to be paying attention to the other risk out there. We could see cyber attacks. right? And so it is very important to make sure that you are storing your crypto on cold storage devices, making sure that you have strong passwords, making sure that you are using 2FA identification. And so a lot of these are very important in holding crypto assets. And so we can see here that the Iran crypto exchange was hit by hackers with $90 million destroyed. Now this just happened a few days ago, and so we could see more and more cyber attacks. And so if you are holding crypto on an exchange, I highly recommend moving that over to a cold storage device. Or if you are buying Bitcoin and holding it on an exchange, maybe it is time to look into an ETF, right? It is going to be much safer holding BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF than it is holding Bitcoin on an exchange. Now, yes, you do pay a little bit more fees for that. However, it gives you a lot better peace of mind, right? Or you can hold it on a cold storage device. And so if you found this information to be helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.